a lot of young studs are getting taken down. Some of our faves are getting absolutely blasted for no fucking reason. For what? Bob Menendez dealing with Egyptians, getting bribes from the Egyptian government. Oh, I didn't realize it was illegal, dude. Same with Eric Adams from Turkey. Oh, I'm sorry. What's wrong with that? Get that lira bag, King. Exactly. Yeah, he could buy a whole PlayStation 5 with the bribe, okay? Let's look at I'm going to do a little bit of terrorism.
Watching NBC from the Adrian Arst Center for the Performing Arts in Florida. It's the third Republican debate.
This is going to suck.
I'm Lester Holt, and welcome to the Republican Kids Table Debate. Let's meet the candidates. Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie.
My wife said I could try this one more time.
Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley.
Excited to look good in comparison.
Florida Governor and owner of the world's most upsetting smile, Ron DeSantis. Entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy.
I'm gonna talk a lot tonight.
And finally, South Carolina Senator Tim Scott.
Oh, is that me?
It is. Let's get to the questions.
That's pretty good.
Mr. Ramaswamy, if elected, what would you do on your first day in office?
I'd like to begin by not answering your question and instead use this platform to say, her daughter is on TikTok.
Keep my daughter's name out of your voice.
In the Trump era, comedy took a major hit. Part of that was because Donald Trump was impossible to copy. He was already funny organically. To the original Republican debates, because Trump is not a part of these, you could make these debates funny. You could actually make jokes in these debates. You don't have to just like repeat exactly what happened. There's like way funnier shit that you could do here, you know, talking about Vivek Ramaswamy's insistence on saying some of the most unhinged things that you've ever heard of. Not like the, oh, your daughter is on TikTok.
Almost said that right. Mr. Scott, anything you'd like to add?
I have a girlfriend.
Not bad.
Okay.
Listen, about her, she is real, and I know her, and
the voice is he nails the voice too.
she is my girlfriend, and we met through dating, and for her, I feel a real sense of human love.
Got it. Now, former President Trump is leading in the polls with 56%. Ambassador Haley, why should voters consider you instead?
Look, he was the right choice in 2016, but we need to move on. I promise you, one of us on this stage tonight will be the Republican nominee for president.
How adorable. They actually think they've got a chance. Sad in some ways, but in other ways, funny. Can you believe it, folks? 91 indictments, 4 trials, and I'm still the best choice. Now they're all stuck behind me, and there's nothing they can do about it, just like in real life. 3%, 8%, 14%, 5%. And how about poor Tim Scott, huh? 1%, very low. Lower than, frankly, milk. Apparently there's a milk lower than 1%. People are calling it skim. We've never had it. We don't drink it. But we like Skim Scott. We love him. And his girlfriend. Not a lot of chemistry between those two, right? To make me and Melania look like Taylor and Travis. And how about Vivek Ramaswamy? We like to say Ramaswamy. But do we like him? He makes it hard, doesn't he, folks? This kid, he checks a lot of boxes. He's rich. He's rude. He's got weird hair. He's a lot like me.
I'm German and I no longer think that we're the ones with bad humor. I mean, yeah, SNL always is like, SNL's just SNL, dude.
Except for one thing that
I mean,
matters
he's actually very good. Like the Trump impersonator they have on board is actually pretty fire.
To my horrible, horrible base. white. Sad, he's going nowhere. And look at who SNL has playing him, poor Ego. You don't like it, she doesn't like it. She used to be Lisa from Temecula, now she's Vivek from Ramaswamy. And look who they got playing Meatball Ron, one of the Destroy Boys. Ron's watching at home like, who the hell is that? Poor Ron DeSantis, even SNL doesn't think he has a chance. If they did, it'd be like Paul Rudd or something in there, right? And how about Nikki Haley, right? I call her bird brain, but only in public. She made some terrible points in that debate. I don't really know. I have trouble hearing women over 25. But let's be honest, we're not going to have a president whose name is Nikki. President Nikki. Just doesn't sound right, probably because it's a woman's name. And how could we forget Chris Christie? It's actually pretty easy. You just walk away. Isn't it sad, folks? None of them can beat Joe Biden, the worst president since, frankly, me. Joe Biden, he's so old. The mentals are clearly in decline. And I am losing it also. You're seeing it all the time. We're seeing it a lot. I say things like, I'm beating Obama. That's not right, but I say it. It's fun. And they say, why aren't you at the debate, Mr. Trump? Where's Trump? But I couldn't be at...
Did I miss it? Please tell me he actually talked about, like, the fake Trump actually mentioned DeSantis's heels, because I think the real Trump will most likely mention it. I'm not even kidding. I feel like, Mr. Trump, please hire me. Okay, sir, Mr. President, the real president of the United States of America, please hire me. He has to fucking hit him. He has to hit him with the, you wearing your heels, little Rhonda. He's so short. He's trying to be as tall as me. Everybody knows you can't be president unless you're over 6 feet tall.
At the debate because I'm very, very busy. I'm going from trial to trial. I'm basically doing house hunters, but with courtrooms. But how horrible are these trials, making all my children testify against me? My sweet little middle-aged criminal children.
Oh my God, Trump said it. Let's go.
And I'm not wearing lifts either, by the way. I don't have 6-inch heels. Actually, the greatest moment of the debate when Ron DeSanctimonious was walking off the stage.
He still hasn't hit the little Rhonda, which kind of makes me sad. Like, dude, stop saying Ron DeSanctimonious. It's too much of a mouthful. Say little Rhonda. Like a woman. Like, say he's like tiny, like a woman would be. You know what I mean? Like Rhonda is a woman's name. I'm telling you, it would be so much better if he hit him with the little Rhonda. Or Meatball Ron, which, you know, he bravely actually took a stance and said, but then only to go back and be like, oh, I didn't actually say that.
And his feet, it's weird. Because his cowboy boots. So they have a high heel outside, but inside you got a big deal going on. And he's walking like... No, he's walking off the stage like he's trying to balance himself. I thought he was wearing ice skates. No. What difference does that make, right?
I'm pretty sure Trump wears lifts as well, by the way.
Right? What difference? When you think about it, what difference does that make? Like tens of millions of people with millions of... And I'm not...
Mike Pillow jump scare? You mean exciting? Yeah, so... I mean, all jokes aside, obviously, Trump is a massive fascist piece of shit, and his policies the second time around will be objectively worse than the first time around. There's a real parallel here, despite the fact that he's, like, kind of shitting on Netanyahu every now and then because he knows how to read the room better than anybody else. There's a real parallel between him and Netanyahu in the sense that they're both fascist narcissists who are most likely going to go to jail or would go to jail unless they desperately cling on to power. Netanyahu, of course, successfully did that. Don't know if Trump will be able to. Okay.
So awful to bring in the family. It'll be very sad when I pin it all on one of them, probably Eric. Wow. Look at him back there, still frozen, trying not to blink, trying not to move. Stuck on stage while I cook. But they're after me, folks. They're coming after me. They're saying I committed fraud. Not true, okay? Not true. I've committed a lot of things, adultery, treason, a lot of fraud, perhaps.
I think the greatest solution to the Trump problem would literally be if he went to jail, but they like let him have a TV show from jail. Like he's powerless, but he's also doing the one thing that he loves. In content, you know what I mean? For us. Hey. Like it would be so perfect. I like that we can't even say solution without people being like, huh, solution? Yes, bro, like to a problem. It's not, doesn't always have to be ethnic cleansing. I know we all got ethnic cleansing on the mind right now, but like, Jesus Christ.
I've been on my best behavior in court. The judge asks, did you approve these financial reports? And I very respectfully say, you're a dumbass. This is a sham.
Okay. In this. All right, let's watch the only manageable part of SNL. Weekend Update.
It's Weekend Update with Colin Jost and Michael Che.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Welcome to Weekend Update. I'm Michael Che.
I'm Colin Jost. The third Republican debate was held this week, and Vivek Ramaswamy started by saying that the GOP had become a party of
Please tell me they fucking rip into Israel a little bit. There's no way, right?
Losers. Weirdly, a party of losers was also how NBC advertised the debate. Ramaswamy then criticized rival Nikki Haley's daughter for having a TikTok account. He also stressed that it's not important how he knows her daughter has a TikTok account. Then Nikki Haley responded to the attack by saying, "Leave my daughter out of your voice," which was pulled directly from the Japanese subtitles of the Will Smith slap.
Ron DeSantis' presidential campaign got a major boost after Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds endorsed him. Also giving DeSantis a lift, his leather hooker boots. The FBI has launched a corruption investigation into New York Mayor Eric Adams by seizing 2 of his cell phones, one named Work Phone and the other named Shorties and Shady Stuff.
Eric Adams did nothing wrong. I'll say it. I'll defend it. Getting a bribe from the Turkish government is always A-okay in my book. A lot of young studs are getting taken down. Some of our faves are getting absolutely blasted for no fucking reason. For what? Bob Menendez dealing with Egyptians, getting bribes from the Egyptian government. Oh, I didn't realize it was illegal, dude. Same with Eric Adams from Turkey. Oh, I'm sorry. What's wrong with that? Get that lira bag, King. Exactly. Yeah, he could buy a whole PlayStation 5 with the bribe, okay? Just saying.
After new polls showed Donald Trump leading Joe Biden, Democratic strategists are calling Biden's re-election campaign a 5-alarm fire, which is scary for Biden because in a fire, you have to use the stairs. A new census report shows that by the end of the year 2060, 1 out of every 4 Americans will be Latino. That's how good Bad Bunny's music is.
On Monday, Donald Trump testified under oath in his civil fraud trial, though technically he was never sworn in because the Bibles kept bursting into flames.
FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried has been convicted of securities fraud, wire fraud, and illegally making a wig out of a labradoodle. The former cryptocurrency CEO now faces up to 110 years in prison where, ironically, he will be used as an alternative currency.
Colin. A new survey shows that 92% of adults prefer to date someone who's been to therapy, while 8% prefer good sex.
In a new interview, Barbra Streisand said that she didn't like the way Siri pronounced her name, so she called Apple CEO Tim Cook and told him to change it. Read more about it in this month's issue of Insanely Unrelatable Anecdotes.
A new app has been introduced called Wrapped that claims it can show Instagram users who is looking at their pictures. Uh-oh, said a bunch of high school teachers.
Brother, Puppy Killer, we're not covering this today, okay? I love you. I love the Teachers Union in Florida. Please stop spamming this. I'm not going to cover the Teachers Union in Florida on Sunday, okay? Like, we're not doing that. Also, insane name. We need some help to show how dire the situation is for teacher unions in Florida. Dade County is the main target of the Freedom Foundation, and other counties are next. I believe that our unions will be wiped out in the next 2 years. All right? Come back tomorrow. I'm sorry.
A new study is being conducted to explain why redheads seem to experience pain differently. Because they're all witches? Scientists have determined that the cause of the mysterious deaths of dozens of African elephants was a bacterial infection, and not Margaret, the one elephant who stood to inherit everything.
Damn, bro, nothing on it?
An Indiana woman was arrested after she drove her car into a building because she thought it was a, quote, Israel school. Well, that's why they don't let women drive in the Middle East.
I mean, that's not a bad joke, but that's the only thing, really? That's all you get?
You don't like it, or a first-class dining menu from the Titanic is being auctioned off?
I mean, yeah, it's a racist one. Yeah, of course it's a racist one. They make a lot of fucking racist jokes. Come on.
For over $80,000.
I don't think you guys hear the shit that Michael Che writes for Colin Jost to say half the time. They do. This is the one segment where they actually do drop some racist jokes.
The menu includes duck in a port wine sauce, spring lamb, and bottomless water. It's the Titanic.
Because the Titanic, right.
Sunk.
Domino's has launched a new program called Emergency Pizza, which offers customers a free pizza whenever they need it most. Which is strange because all of my emergencies come right after eating a Domino's pizza. Actor Jared Leto climbed to the top of the Empire State Building to promote his band 30 Seconds to Mars.
Is this going to be a pedo joke?
The way the promotion works is if we buy enough albums, he'll jump.
Okay.
Scientists in New Guinea have rediscovered a long-lost mammal called a monotreme, which has the quills of a hedgehog, the snout of an anteater, the feet of a mole, and the ass of an angel.
Oops.
And now.
According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the 5-day work week is over as corporate employees are now accustomed to a flexible